Live.
Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
Are they okay? Are they too much?
Never. Never too much.
Well, just want to make sure.
Ready?
Yep.
Quiet on set.
Sorry.
Oh, I don't know what this thing is. A great gets a strip show, dance show.
Work there, dude.
Welcome to DeaconLive.
DeaconLive.
Live.
Welcome back, guys. On today's show, the conspiracy on Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and happy holidays to you and yours. And come on, 6, Satan needs a new pair of shoes, and get out of my yard, you migrant people. All this and much, much more will be discussed here on Deacon Live. How are you? How are things? How are things going? Are you doing okay? I hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're getting along with everyone. And guess what? Today in the studio, I'm very, very lucky. I'm very, very blessed. I have my wife in the studio with me. Over to my far right-hand side is my beautiful wife, Amy. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Hello, everyone.
And we are celebrating actually our 7th year anniversary this week.
That's right. 7th wedding anniversary we are.
And how do you feel? How did we get to this point?
Oh, on my part, a lot of patience.
What do you mean, a lot of patience?
A lot of patience and looking at you like out of the side of my, oh my gosh, forever.
Yeah, I know, forever. So my wife and I, we're celebrating 7 years of being married, and this year is, what is it, wood?
Wood and copper.
Magnesium? It's
No.
something weird like that.
It's wood and copper.
All right, so wood and copper. And so I got you a gift that pertains to copper.
You did, and wood, because it's in a wood frame.
Yeah, it's in a wood frame, yes.
Yeah, no, he got me a beautiful copper horse that's framed, and it will go in my new tack room once we're done.
Well, very good.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's very pretty.
And so everyone out there is asking me what I got, and I got nothing. I got nothing.
Oh, you did. I just was late ordering it.
What do you mean you're late ordering it? Why
You know how busy I am Monday through Friday.
I know.
And then you keep me running around on the weekends. You never let me get anything else done that I need to get done. So I ordered it last minute on Saturday. But it is so freaking awesome. I can't wait for it to come.
Well, we'll play that or show that on the very
Yes.
next podcast. So speaking about my wife being busy all the time, as you guys know, I do all the shopping when I can to keep the house filled up with food and horse feed and hay and straw and deer and antelope and all the stuff that oh my type stuff.
Literally.
And I made a trip to Walmart the other day, and my wife always has how did it go, honey, at Walmart? And I always have like a small Walmart story, and I share it with you guys here on the air. So this past week, I went down and went to Walmart, went through the whole line, or went through all the things. It was a big shopping list because for those of you who don't know, we're having our floors sanded. This is the week that we're having our floors sanded.
Yep.
And so we are living in an RV, 36-foot trailer?
It's a 36-foot RV.
RV bumper pool.
Yep.
And it's got the push-outs on the side and the AC and the heat, and it's got a bathroom. It's got everything. It's what you want. It's like a 2018. So it's not brand new, but it's still pretty damn new. I mean, it looks good.
It's in great shape. It's pretty much brand new.
So we have this big RV sitting on the property, so we knew that we weren't going to be allowed to go in the house. Once they sanded the floors, once they cleaned up everything, once they put the first coat of polyurethane on, we were not allowed to be in the house. So we're making stuff to cook and eat, out in a mobile home, or not a mobile home, a RV.
It's a mobile home, yeah.
So we have on the back porch, we have a grill, nice brand new Weber grill my wife got me. We've got the refrigerator out there with all the food and stuff. It's like, some people like, what the hell's wrong with that? I got a refrigerator on the front porch, But so I go through Walmart, and our list is really, really big. I'm shopping for like camping stuff. I'm getting hot dogs. I'm getting stuff to make chili. How was my chili, by the way?
Oh, it was, I know I say this every time, but that was one of the best chilies you've made yet.
Every single time.
So good. It's thick and it's creamy this time. I don't know. It's not watery.
It's not watery, but I was the third runner-up in the Volusia County chili
Volusia
cook-off.
County. No, it was Enterprise Festival chili cook-off.
Please bear with me as I
Volusia County chili cook-off, guys.
as I
down in Florida.
exaggerate. I go from cooking chili for 40 people. In my story, I'm cooking chili for the whole county, which is 55,000 people. So let me have the 55,000.
Absolutely, you got it, babe.
So I'm getting the stuff for the chili, and I'm making hamburgers, I'm making hot dogs, all the stuff you do for camping stuff. The quick, easy stuff. We already have eggs, as you guys know, we live on a 22 some odd acre property. We have horses, we have chickens, we have cattle, we have all the stuff that goes around. My wife, she had a lesson today. She rode the horse, and you had a good lesson today?
Oh, my lesson today was fantastic. It was much better than yesterday.
Did you go in a circle or did you go in a square?
I did a square. I did a circle. I did some diagonals. I did some, lateral. I was all over the place today.
So we have eggs here. So we have an abundance amount of eggs. So we have breakfast already taken care of. Lunch, we kind of it's either a liquid lunch or just kind of snacking as we go. But as far as dinner, we can't cook in a big oven. So I've gotten a big shopping cart full of camping food. I'm talking big shopping cart. Sodas and beer and sodas and, did I say beer?
Yeah.
And all the stuff that goes with it. So I'm standing in line at the self-checkout in Walmart.
It's so weird.
I know. And so I'm sitting, don't give it away.
Sorry, I won't.
So I push the car, I'm waiting behind a couple, and I got all the time in the world, so I don't care what they're doing in front of me. And I'm sitting there and I'm reading the magazines, and the couple in front of me walk off, and I'm really not paying attention. I've got my earbuds in. So I start putting all my stuff on the conveyor belt. As you guys know, and I've told this a million times, I separate all my stuff, and I start scanning. First things I do is I start scanning stuff in the shopping cart. The big stuff I don't want to carry, like the cases of beer and the big thing, gallon of milk and orange juice. So when I hit the beer thing, of course, the light comes on, the lady comes over, and this is a lady I've never seen before, and she's got the yellow vest on, so she's official. And so she comes over and says, are you over 21? I'm like, yes. And she giggles and walks off. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, all right, I got everything on the conveyor belt. I got some of the stuff in my shopping cart still. And I scan the first item, and I look around and I go,
what's the first thing you do when you scan an item? You want to go
in the bag.
In the bag, right.
So I'm like, well, shit. Here, this lady, the head cashier lady, mm-hmm. whatever she is, I'm like going, she didn't refill my bags, bitch. So I'm looking around, so I go to the next, register over and looking for bags, and I'll go, 2 registers that way and 3 registers that way, and I come back, and the lady with the yellow vest on looks at me right in the face with a smirk. I could tell she had a smirk, even behind her mask. She had a smirk on, and she goes, "What are you looking for?" And I go, "Kind of like some bags." And she goes, she kind of grits down and goes, we don't have any bags. And I'm telling
I swear to God, I wish I was there, because I think I would have laughed in her face. Like, you're Walmart. You don't have any bags?
Yes. That's exactly what I said. Well, what are you? And I said, well, who's in charge of this joint? And she's like, well, Thomas, whatever his name is. I go, well, where the hell's Thomas, whatever his name is? Well, here, let me add this onto your pile. We had a manager scheduling conflict, and there's no one here. Okay, hold on a minute. I know, babe, in your business alone.
Oh yeah.
If there is not a manager on duty, someone has to give up the goat and bite the bullet and go in and work.
Absolutely.
So I said to the lady, well, what's going on? I said, and she was proud. She was very, very snarky, very, very charismatic, and goes, us ladies are handling it. And I go, okay, fine, no problem. I said, how are you handling it? She's like, I don't know, but we're handling it. And then I said, you know what you should do? You ever been to Costco? I said, I've seen you guys packing out stuff all the time here in the store, and you've got all these empty boxes. How about bring some goddamn empty boxes and throw them up front here so we can throw our food and something in it. So
or at least put it back, put them in the cart, and as you unpack your cart, you can put them in, put the boxes in your trunk, load up the boxes.
Exactly. You don't have to do it right then and there.
Right.
So as I'm carrying on this conversation, I see the crowd of people on the next line over, like going, what is he talking about? Go on, let's go. The lines are getting long. I'm like, I'm just sitting here talking to this head cashier. And she looked at me and said, you know what? That's a great idea.
Yeah.
I'll be right back. And as she leaves, now, because I'm OCD, if it's in my cart and I've scanned it, it's paid for. So at that point, I stopped scanning the cart. So I'm going through the groceries and I'm going to scan it and throwing it right back in the, here's my sausage, boom, right back in the cart. Here's a block of cheese, right back in the cart. Here's the thing of hot dogs, right back in the cart. I'm just scanning right back in the cart. So I'm going out, and as I'm walking out the door, and I actually find like one of the other self-checkouts further down, there's like a rogue stack of bags. And I just kind of grabbed them, 20 of them, and ran out to the truck. So I'm going out to the truck, and I'm putting everything into the truck. And I'm like going,
as you're packing stuff.
Yeah, I'm throwing stuff in the bags and putting it in the truck, and I'm like going, vitamins?
I don't remember touching those.
I don't remember scanning those. Oh my God, I've got three things of 200 some odd pills of this is like $30 worth of fucking vitamins. Then I go, I don't remember scanning all these gallons of milk or juice or any
cat food
on the bottom. So needless to say, they had no manager, they had no bags at the Walmart, and
totally screwed up your checkout methods.
Totally screwed up all my rhythm and everything. But I think I walked away by accident. By accident,
yeah. By accident.
50 some odd dollars worth of free food somewhere. So that's
free
what
food
happened.
And vitamins.
Vitamins and stuff. Most of the vitamins were for you. So
they were.
All right, well, when we come back, we'll dive into the show, and we'll talk a little bit more with my wife. It's a pleasure and an honor to have her here in the studio. I don't get to see her that often, and we taken this week off to celebrate our anniversary. And so next week, unfortunately, we're not going to have a show because my studio now turns into her office.
Yep.
So as soon as we're done.
Best of next week, ladies and gents.
Best of next week. And as soon as we get done here with this podcast, we're bringing up all her. She's got, like I said, 15 monitors. She's got more monitors than I do here in the studio. All right, you're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. Stick around. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all our social networks. And the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, Prophet Radio. Click on the social contact section. And you can find all the ways that links to us and us to you as well. Over to my far right-hand side, my beautiful wife of 7 years now is joining me. Hello.
Hello. I think I deserve a congratulations for that.
What do you mean congratulations for what? For being here or being married 7 years?
Being married 7 years to you.
To me? Oh,
I'm
man.
just teasing. No, you make me very, very happy, honey.
All right. Well, there you go. You know what else? Speaking of making people happy, babe, I know one of your pet peeves is anytime we fly somewhere or go into like an airport or something, you are so concerned about getting to the gate and getting lost or getting lost is your biggest thing.
Not lost. It's the if it's an airport, it's the security. You never know. Okay, how many times have we been on a trip and I've had to get searched? How many times?
Once. 5, 10.
Every single trip, someone has to freaking pat me down for some reason.
Right, but I mean, but even like still in the airport, have you ever had like anxiety as far as like finding what gate to go to?
No, never that.
Have you been to the Atlanta airport?
Yes, I have.
Have you been to what's the one where you have to take the tram and
Dallas.
I
think it's Dallas or Fort Worth. I forget. It's one of the ones in Texas. Yeah, where you have to like take a tram over to the other gate when you're changing when you have a layover.
So Google right now is updating its software and hardware or whatever you want to call it. Google on Tuesday announced several new features that's coming to the new Google Maps. Now, do you use Google Maps at all? Oh,
I use it all the time.
So Google Maps and is MapQuest still out there somewhere? Who uses MapQuest anymore?
I think Google bought MapQuest.
and then shut them down.
Probably.
Yeah. So Google Maps is now updating its stuff starting this Tuesday. You're going to have an update on your phone and stuff. And one of the coolest things that it's letting you do now is it's going to let you map
Shut up.
indoor facilities. Examples like airports or what would another thing, like a mall, if you can find a mall anymore.
Yeah.
Maybe like if you go to like a high-rise building, would it help you do that? And here's the thing.
I would think so, because if they have the suites and stuff like outlined, like if you say I want to go to 123 Main Street Suite 104,
Right.
or 502, it'll help you navigate how to get to whatever suite you're at.
So I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
So you know how Google maps out the roads, right? Mm-hmm. How does it do that?
By satellite and by the Google car.
Street view, I guess is what I should say.
The street view, yes. The Google, you see the Google car with the camera on top of
Right,
it.
and I've got my picture on several of them.
You had the one down in Wildberry in Florida, and you
Right.
had the one here.
Yep, and I think there's a couple other ones that I saw, but still, they've actually I think they had Google bicycles driving around where the guy had the camera on top of his helmet, like going through parks and going through bicycle paths, like in New York. You can go.
Yeah, go through Central Park.
Central Park, and the guy's riding around with a big Google thing on his head, and
that's funny. I've never seen that, but okay.
So now, Matt, take that down. So we went from a car down to a bicycle. Can you imagine
people walking around the airport with a camera on top of their head?
Right, sir, can I help you? And the guy probably doesn't speak English, And
that's funny.
Red flags would be thrown up everywhere. Why are you wearing that vest, sir? Why you got all these blinking lights on you? And
don't talk to the Google Mapper.
Yeah, so I just think that's just a weird thing in itself. But it had to be done because you would see it on the new update.
That's crazy.
That
That's
you can go,
awesome, though.
Yeah, if you type in, I guess, whatever airport, once the update comes in, you get whatever airport, and you launch that, and you can see, Sbarro's. Oh, it's right here on the left-hand side. There it is. I love Sbarro's.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. We'll have to use that next time we travel.
Now, you liked using the Google Maps.
Yes.
And I back in the day, I would live and die by it. When I had the landscape company for a while in Florida, I'd live and die by the Google Maps. Now, another thing that my wife loves, it's all about her.
It is all about me today.
It is. Babe, what's your favorite cereal?
I like a lot of different cereals, but I think my most favorite cereal, even since I was a kid, is Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Okay. And why is it, what drew you to the Cinnamon Toast Crunch?
I love cinnamon and sugar, like cinnamon sugar. My mom used to make me actual cinnamon sugar toast, like sugar and cinnamon toast, where she put a little bit of butter on it, and then she would let it melt and sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon sugar on it.
But it's not like a French toast thing.
No, it's not a French toast thing.
Okay, so it's just a straight cinnamon toast.
It's just the crunch of the toast and the cinnamon sugar. That's what I like. I like the texture and the taste.
What the hell happened, says this article. Shrimp tails in Cinnamon Toast Crunch boxes have been found. And if you're looking at this, now for every podcast that we do, we also have a matching video that goes in tandem with it. So everything, you can see my wife, my beautiful wife over on one side of the screen. You can see my
gross.
My ugly, no, not you.
No,
She's watching the video here. And my face, and then of course, everything that we see here on our monitors, you can see at the same time as well. So here we go. Are you telling me a shrimp fried this Cinnamon Toast Crunch on March 22nd, Janice Karp tweeted a picture that captioned, "Why are there shrimp tails in my cereal?" This is not a bit, believe me. And the reason why I say it's not a bit, for those of you who don't know who Jensen Karp is, he's actually married to, what's the Boy Meets World? What's the girl that everyone had the hots for?
Oh, I don't remember her name. I know who you're talking about, though. The girl next door.
Yes. So he's actually married to her. And Jensen Karp is his name, and he took pictures of this right here, and it looks like, what does that look?
Tails?
They look like shrimp tails. And he asked, "Why are there shrimp tails in my cereal?" And he took a picture of it and tweeted it out. And he continued, on and on to ask, Cinnamon Toast what's going on with shrimp tails in my stuff. As things couldn't even get weirder, later in the days, Carp shared the close-up picture of a few pieces of cereal and questionable black fragments baked into them. Not even later, he shared the picture of the second but unopened bag of Cinnamon Toast Crunch that he bought from Costco. He bought like the family pack that had the two bags.
Yeah, it has the 2 bags in the one box.
Has the two bags in it. And let's see, I'm going to show you the actual tweets and everything that went back and forth between him and General Mills. You're going to have to help me out here, babe. So here we go.
Okay.
So right here, this is the original picture that he sent. He's like,
why are there shrimp tails in my cereal? This is not a bit.
There you go. Hashtag, what is it? CTC Squares, I guess?
At CTC Squares.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So this isn't General Mills' first rodeo with shrimp in their product provided ingredients.
All right. So in 2019, General Mills contract manufacturer Indie Bake Products LLC took the shipment of blah 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 and blueberries, where the blueberries actually had shrimp pieces in it. The tainted blueberries were unsuitable for use at any General Mills product, much less intended by product. And the lawsuit said. Now this is back in 2009. So here we go. We're going to continue on with these tweets.
We're sorry to see what you found. We would like to report this to our quality team and replace the box. Can you please send us a direct message to collect more details? Thanks.
And this is straight to Jensen Karp. So these are at the bottom of the bag. He said, once he got all the Cinnamon Toast things out of it, these things were at the bottom of his bag. And he's like going, hey, do me a favor. What is this? They're brown pieces. They're weird shaped pieces.
Yeah. All right. I'm looping in at General Mills because I'm genuinely nervous. I will never eat or sleep again without answers.
And this is Jensen Karp again.
Yep.
Tweeting about he hasn't gotten an answer back.
Right.
So here you go.
Yep. So this is from CTC Square. So after further investigation with our team that closely examined the image, it appears to be an accumulation of cinnamon sugar that sometimes can be. You can't do that.
Sorry, babe.
So you want me to start over?
Nope. Keep going.
Accumulation of cinnamon sugar that sometimes can occur when ingredients aren't thoroughly blended. We assure you that all that there's no possibility of cross-contamination with shrimp.
Right, and then there's a whole bunch of, like Seth Rogen says, yo, man, that's
shrimp CT Crunch.
So here it is.
Oh my gosh, those are shrimp tails.
So here's the thing. After further investigation with my eyes, the shrimp tails, you weirdos, that's what he says. He's holding it in his hand. And they look exactly like shrimp tails.
They are shrimp tails. Those are shrimp tails.
So here's a person right here who is what is this word right here, babe?
Carcinologist.
Okay. And she studies crustaceans.
Crustaceans, right. So, hey, I study crustaceans at the Natural History Museum in L.A. Those do look a bit like shrimps, telson and uropods. Tail. I would totally love to take a look at your specimen under a microscope. We might be even able to extract DNA to confirm its species or if it's indeed cinnamon sugar.
So a lot of these people are now reaching out. So it's getting, here he is. He's like going, hey, I've got the Cinnamon Toast shrimp tails in my hand. And everyone's like, and they're like going, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is like going, no, those aren't. They're fried something else. Okay, if they're fried something else, I'd like to know what the fried something else is.
Absolutely.
So now everyone else is chiming in.
I don't know if I'll be buying Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
So that it goes on and on and on. I know. I'm sorry, babe, but I'll post all this on the DeaconLive section of the Prophet Radio website, and you can see. I'll show all the pictures. Now here's the thing. So now it gets even further into depth. So they found out Cinnamon Toast Crunch says, we'll send you a self-addressed stamped envelope. I want you to put the tails in it and then send it to us.
Heck no, man.
And
They're going to get rid of it.
Well, he said, I will, but I'll send one because I've got two, and I'm going to keep the other one for myself.
Absolutely.
So a couple days went by, no mail, no letter, no nothing. 2 weeks go by. He reaches out again and goes, hey, can you send... I still haven't gotten the letter yet. What's going on? They said, we're going to send a FedEx certified envelope now to your house, and we want the shrimp tails or whatever, the fried.
Sure.
Another week went by. He's like going, you know what? No, I'm taking it to a laboratory. And he actually took it to a laboratory.
Yeah, good.
And so on. And he's still waiting, according to today.
For the results
he's waiting for the results to come back. But here's the other thing. So as I go through all this, you can see he found all this other stuff in the bottom of his bag. He said there was looked like dental floss in there. And this is the brown stuff on the...
Oh, gosh. If I ever buy that cereal again, you better make sure we inspect it before I eat it.
And you know what? We should do what I do with my bag of Doritos. I always shake.
Yeah.
I take my
Shake
bag
it
of Doritos, shake it, and open it from the bottom. And then I can look down inside and see the dead rat. And then I throw the dead rat away because it's a seasoner, in my opinion. I'm kidding, Doritos. We love you. All right, stick around. Well, if I haven't made you completely sick yet, stick around. I probably will here in a few minutes. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Do you want some free stuff? Of course you do. Everyone wants free stuff. And the way you get free stuff is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on the Deacon Live section, or actually click on the social contact section. You see a little thing that says want free swag. Fill out a little form right there. Believe me, I'm not going to hunt you down or do anything like that, and just pick out what kind of free swag you want, and we'll ship it directly to your house. Unfortunately, you people overseas, over in Europe, Australia, and India as well, it might take a day or two or a week for us to get it out there. I mean, free United States, outside, you can cut and paste and print it on it on one of those shirts. Over to my far right hand side, I have my beautiful wife of 7 years now.
Hello, everybody.
That's my wife, Amy. She's joining us. We've taken the week off, and while we get our floor sanded here on the ranch, our 22 some odd acre ranch, where we have horses, chickens, and all the stuff, and we're living in an RV down by the river. Now, one of the things my wife bought me, I bought her a couple anniversary gifts for anniversary, and this year's copper. So I got her a nice picture of a horse that's all made out of copper. It's three-dimensional. It's really cool. I haven't gotten anything yet. I think she forgot about it.
I didn't. It's on its way. It has to be made. It's custom.
It's gonna. How long does it take to make a copper picture of myself?
That's not it.
Okay, damn it. I was trying to guess what it is.
You are going to find this. It's something that you look at almost on, I know, definitely a weekly basis.
My face?
No.
All right. Well, don't, because me. I'm
so
smarter
good.
than.
It's so good, you guys. I can't wait till he talks about it next week.
I'm smarter than the average bear. I can.
Little bit.
I can always guess what you got up your sleeve.
You won't guess this.
All right. So one of the things my wife got me for Christmas this past year was a telescope, because we had the whole trifecta as far as like the three planets lining up, and we were outside looking at it and thinking it was like, man, that's cool. And we had our cameras out there, not our cameras, our cell phones. No one has a camera anymore. That business has gone right down the shitter because of cell phones. And so I'm like, it'd be cool to look at the planets. But one thing I do have on my phone, outside of the Google Maps update that's coming out, is Google Earth, where you can actually put your phone and look up at the sky and see like the.
Is it Google Earth or it's Google Sky?
That's what I said, Google Sky. Oh, it is.
It's Google Sky, not Google Earth.
I did say Google Earth. I apologize. Thank you, babe. That's why I keep you around.
I know.
So you put your phone up and you look at Google Sky, and everything's kind of cool, and you're like, wow, look at that constellation, that constellation. So my wife bought me a telescope, and it's one of the telescopes that you can actually connect your phone to it, and you can use the lens on your phone to look through the lens of the telescope to look at whatever that's coming up. To take a picture.
Right.
Awesome. So now there is a new moon that's coming out. And, hold on. Everyone gets so excited. Talk about the cinnamon toast. the motorcycle goes by.
There it is right there.
See the worm. It's called the worm, or worm, I guess. I don't know if it's the worm. It's called worm supermoon. Glow in the sky this weekend. So this weekend coming up.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. See the worm supermoon glow in the March sky this Sunday. You want to take it from there, babe?
The moon will be the fullest at 2:48 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday afternoon, according to NASA.
Okay, well, hold on. 2:48 p.m.
Right, 2:48 p.m.
Has the sun gone down then?
No.
All right, so that's like in the middle of the day.
Right. I don't know how the heck we're going to be able to see it, but all right. This will be the...
Okay.
let's see. This will be the year's first supermoon, meaning the moon is slightly closer to the Earth and therefore appears bigger and brighter in the sky. The warm moon supermoon is the fourth brightest moon of 2021, according to Earth Sky. And
that's the app that I have. The Earth is it Earth Sky?
No,
I don't know.
Ours is Google Sky.
Okay.
Earth Sky might be the organization that tracks this kind of stuff. But,
Right.
So in the Hindu month of Falguna, this month's moon marks the Holi festival, according to NASA, which celebrates the beginning of spring.
Actually, excuse me, not to correct you, but it's pronounced Holi, Holi. So
What did I say? Oh, Holi. Okay,
Holi.
so the Holi festival.
Right.
Okay, sorry. All right, so the Native American tribes in the South call the March full moon, the worm moon, because of the earthworm casts. Soil that worms digest become visible as the ground thaws. Okay, that makes sense. Other Native American tribes have different names for the full moon in March that still relate to animals, according to Western Washington University Planetarium website.
So that should be cool. This Sunday, we have the RV, we have the whole property. We can go out there and hopefully we haven't used the telescope yet. I haven't figured it out how to use the telescope yet. What?
We missed it. It was this past Sunday.
No.
Yes.
No, did we?
Yes.
Son of a bitch!
Yes, we did. It would have been the 28th because this upcoming weekend is April 4th.
All right, everyone, if you've taken a picture of the worm moon, please email
Roll back, people.
Please email me your picture of the worm moon. Go to deacon@profitradio.com. Email me your worm moon pictures. I'd love to see it.
I would too.
Yeah,
because we missed it apparently.
I pulled the latest article. But I got excited because it was talking about the Holi experience or the Holy experience, as you say. Now, in Florida, Central Florida, they have something called the Holy Land, which is, if you're not familiar with Florida or Orlando itself, there's theme parks. You have Universal Studios, you have Islands of Adventure, you have Disney World,
right?
SeaWorld, and all these other parks. Now, there's actually a place called Holy Land, which a lot of people, it's a sore spot in Florida, in Central Florida, because it's a theme park, but it is tax exempt. Now, that
is a sore spot for Florida.
Right. So this has nothing to do with the Holy Land. This is Holi, spelled Holi, and it's a celebration in the
Hindu.
In Hindu. So right here, babe, you want to read?
Sure. When is Holi? The Hindu festival of colors, Holi, is celebrated in the first full moon day of the Hindu lunar solar calendar month, which usually falls in early March. Holi is also known in some states as Daljatra. How do you say that?
I went to school with him.
Daljatra.
Yeah.
Or Dali Purnima. In Nepal, it is known as the Phagu Purnima or Purnima.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I know.
These are words I've never pronounced before. Sorry, people.
Big words.
Yeah, they are big words. So, yeah,
The history of it is, so what started this is I've got a friend on Facebook, and he's just an average millennial, chubby, bearded, redheaded white guy. and he's celebrating all this. He's got like all these different foods, and in my house we have this, and I'm like, okay, James, that food looks good, but what made you eat this food? Well, he's married to a woman who's Hindu. And so they're celebrating the whole Hindu thing. And here's a little video for everyone to watch. And the way you see this video is go to profitradio.com. Click on Deacon Live for every podcast we do. We also have a matching video as well. And watch there be a commercial ad. No, there's not. Guess what? So Holi is... Oh, sorry. As well as in India, Holi is also a public holiday in Nepal and South American countries.
Holi was originally a festival to celebrate the start of spring. Today it is better known as a legend from Hindu mythology. There was once a king who resented his son, Prince Palam, worshipping Lord Vishnu. The king tried to kill the prince several times without success. Finally, the king's sister, Holika, who is said to be immune from the burning, sits with the boy inside the fire. However, the prince emerges unhurt while his aunt burns in the fire and dies.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, that's sad. The bonfires lit on the eve of Holi represent Holika's cremation. Holi is marked by parades, folk songs, dance, and fun.
And it's
famous here during colored powder and water. Wow.
Yeah, so it's like all these different colors and stuff, and you see them on their faces. I think that's so cool.
It is really cool.
It is very cool. It's a part of us as humans, a culture that celebrates something that's positive.
Where did they say they celebrated? Did they celebrate this somewhere in the States or?
Well, the guy
is this a like the video, or I guess I don't know if this was a video here. Is this somewhere out in like India or?
I don't have the answer for that.
Oh, I was just worried. I was just curious. No, that would be something really cool to go see, I think.
But I think people here in the United States, like we walk around like Ash Wednesday, and we have the
cross on our forehead, right? The ash
tar on our forehead. I'm thinking that people in India or Hindu people walk around with like the tiger stripes of different color paint. That's the way I picture it. I haven't
that, or they just walk around with all the powder and stuff that lands on them.
Yeah, so that's kind of cool. I thought it was interesting.
It's very cool.
A guy that I didn't know celebrates a white guy, American guy, I say American guy, looked like an Irish guy, red beard, and he could pass for what's the MMA fighter's name? McGregor. He could pass for him, and he's married to someone who celebrates the Hindu religion. I thought it was kind of cool, so I thought I'd bring it out there, especially our fan base over in India as well. All right, when we come back, we coffee drinkers are killing trees, believe it or not. And if you've got a pet, you might not want to serve them this food. All this and much, much more when we come back. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back.
Was your phone ringing earlier?
Yeah, it rings and...
I'm like, what is that vibrating sound? Who called, Dan?
Well, anytime the wind blows.
How are you?
Hi, Dan. How are things?
Not good at all.
What's wrong?
I hit the wrong button and I deleted everything from my game.
What are you talking about?
So I have to start all over again and do the whole game all over.
Are you really upset, Dan?
No, that was my dream that it happened. Yeah. No.
Hi, Dan.
And we're all set for tomorrow around 10 o'clock?
Yep, 10 o'clock. Amy and myself are doing the podcast right now because we have a busy day tomorrow, and we're not going to be able to do the podcast. So Amy and myself right now are in the middle of recording tomorrow's podcast.
Well, I'm interrupting then.
No, you're not. No, we're
you're
taking
fine.
a break.
We got a break right now. We're good.
Oh, okay. I had to put in a post from my neighbor on his Jack was back up and put a roof up and put a post in today, and then planted a bunch of lantanas.
Oh, I love lantana.
Yeah, so we got some last year, and the Kathy's just went down the store to buy some more. So we're able to do that. What else is going on? I told my brother when we went out for Mexican food, we went to a restaurant for the first time in a year, and we were the only people there. It was like 3 in the afternoon. and we're outside, and the waiter wore a mask. Everything was good. And my brother goes, "Oh, yuck! How can you eat Mexican food? It's crap. You know, how can you eat the things those people eat? Stuff like that." So,
I mean, those people.
Mexicans.
That's
My
awful.
brother's a white supremacist, one of those people, you know.
It's a shame he wasn't hitting the head with the cable.
Right?
Yeah, no, he's good. He's my brother. And it's funny how we have some things we're similar about and some things we're not. He's Chevrolet and Harley Davidson and Coca-Cola and steak and hot dogs. He's very vanilla. That's the way he is. So.
Well, good. All right, Dan.
He's one of the few people I know that has never worn a suit, even at his own wedding or anything. He'll wear dungarees and a white shirt with no tie, and then he'll wear like a suede jacket or something like that. Never worn a tie or a suit. And he's just, that's the way he is. Very stubborn.
Well, good. All right, Dan. We gotta get back to the podcast.
Okay, boy, you're a slave driver. She only gets like a 2-minute break. All right.
All right.
I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
All righty.
See you tomorrow, Dan. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
I love Dan. He's so cool.
All right. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all your social contacts, and the way you do that is go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio. Click on social contacts, and you want some free stuff? You want free stuff? Fill out the little form right there. And also, for every podcast that we do, you can also be part of the podcast. You want to be part of something, and we want to be part of you as well. So go down to the very bottom right-hand side of Prophet Radio, click on the Be Heard section, and what that does is it opens up a microphone on whatever, your tablet, your phone, your laptop, whatever device you're working on.
What?
Do I hear clicking?
I don't know. And maybe it's my headphones? Is that what you hear?
I think so. On whatever device that you have, and it opens up a microphone. You can leave a message, and we'll play it on the very next podcast as well. I guarantee you. All right, over to my far right-hand side, clicking and making a whole bunch of excess noise over there. I know she's not very radio friendly.
I know, this is not,
Is my wife of 7 years. This is our 7-year anniversary. Is my beautiful wife, Amy. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
Are
But
you
you know what everybody doesn't know? It's been 15 years we've been together. So
Well, we talked about that many times,
Yes.
and I've discussed that many times. If you want to know all the ins and outs, you have to listen to past podcasts over the last 5 years that we've been doing this show. So you can you can hear those things. And a lot of times I'm running around with my tail between my legs.
Not all the time.
All right. Speaking of running with your tails between your legs, there is a food, and for all you guys out there that have pets, and we have pets, we live on 22 some odd acres here, and we're always concerned about what kind of food we give our pets. Now, my wife, how many horses do you have?
We have 4 total.
You have 4 total horses, and we also have, I think, like 16 heads of cattle. We have dogs. We have chickens. We have barn cats. Barn cats will just eat.
They eat anything.
They eat anything that scurries by.
We don't really feed them very much. They just eat the mice.
Right. But what we do is we actually keep the cat food out there to bring the mice in.
That is true.
So, as of today, pet food recall nationwide due to salmonella risk. Salmonella. Midwest Pet Food is recalling a lengthy list of dog and cat food brands potentially contaminated with salmonella, posing a possible health risk to all animals as well as humans feeding them.
Oh, great.
Salmonella can sicken the animals eating the food contaminated with the bacteria. It can also cause infections in people handling it, causing symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, fever. Rarely, that's a Friday night for both of us.
Stop it.
No, I'm kidding.
For you, maybe.
For me, yeah. And more serious elements in human. Pets with salmonella infections may be lethargic and have diarrhea, decreased appetite, and even appear healthy but carry the infections to other people.
Do they give a list of the food that they...
Well, they will. Can you read this
Okay.
paragraph for me right here?
The action by Midwestern Pet Foods involves a specific expiration dates of brands including Canine X, Earthborn Sport Mix, Meridian and Pro Pack that were produced in a plant in Monmouth, Illinois.
Mammoth.
It's Monmouth. Okay. Monmouth, Illinois, according to the company's recall notice posted Saturday by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration.
So here's the thing. So they said that no one actually has gotten sick. No, they have no.
They just probably realized that, okay, we had this contamination since X date, and anything they produce, they can, they produce it in what they call lots, I would imagine.
Right, and what's happened is they've actually tested certain lots before they've gone out, and they say, okay, well, this certain lot has had a certain, but they haven't had any reported cases between humans or pets, so we're still good.
Well, you know what makes me happy? We don't feed any of those brands.
Well, and it's weird because I've never heard of any of these brands.
I never heard of Earthborn.
Earthborn
Holistic. Go ahead, keep going down. Earthborn Holistic, which they have a bunch of different Adult Vantage, Coastal Catch. Yeah, so those are just the flavors and whatnot. Meridian, never heard of that. Pro Pack, never heard of that.
Pro Pack Performance for Puppies. You might want to include that. Pro Pack
Sports Mix. Sport Mix. I've never heard of.
2420 Energy Plus. I guess there you go.
Yeah, it just probably has the calories and carbs that like the sport dogs. Yeah, so these are I've never
Undefined lamb or
unrefined lamb, rabbit, salmon, Venture Alaskan pollock, meal and pumpkin. Yeah, those are just I don't we don't feed any of those.
But
thank goodness. Oh gosh.
Well, anyone that has the Midwestern Pet Food Consumer Affairs, you can contact them at 1-800 474-4163 for any information that you need on that. But there's a list. We'll post that on the
or you can go to info@midwesternpetfoods.com.
Yep, and we'll post the links and all that on the DeaconLive section of the website. Now, babe, you like to drink coffee.
I do.
Do you?
I like my coffee caffeine.
Now, is it the taste that you like, or is it just it gives you the bump, the energy,
It's a little bit of both. I think it's probably 50-50. I love coffee.
Now, here at the French, we make coffee with the Keurig.
Yes, we do.
And
most recently.
And for whatever reason, I don't know what happened. I think unfortunately it's when your dad passed away. We went from making a whole pot of coffee here at the French, going all the way to just using the little cups.
Right.
I would drink a whole pot of coffee if it was made.
I think that's why, though. Because, well, one, both you and I like cream and sugar in our coffee.
Lots of cream, lots of sugar.
Lots of cream, lots of sugar. It's the way I order it at Dunkin' Donuts. But, I think that you and I would never finish a full the full pot.
I would, because we always filled up to the 12, and there would always be like the 2 at the bottom. But I could drink probably 3 to 4 cups in the morning, but if I go past 2, man, I'm a jittery mess. I can't function. So, I mean, I love coffee. Don't get me wrong, but it does have a big punch on me. It gives me a good punch. Now that you're working from home, and next week you're going to be in the studio, so the podcast is going to be delayed 1 week because she's going to take over this whole. What you see here on the video podcast,
taking over it all.
This is all going to be her office. For 1 week while the floors that are being sanded is drying and curing. So we'll be off next week, and then we'll pick up the podcast the following week. So normally you at work you have literally a Starbucks on the corner of every desk.
Oh, sorry.
You all right? See, the truth comes out. The truth comes out.
Apparently I can't in hell without spit going down my throat. We do. I love the campus that I work at in it's not downtown Charlotte. It's just north of Charlotte in off of Harris Boulevard there, but it's a huge campus. So they say it's the second largest to the Pentagon on the East Coast. I think it houses a little over 12,000 Wells Fargo employees.
And I think it has 10,000 Starbucks in that.
No, we have a Seattle's Best and we have a Starbucks. So
Now-
Seattle's Best is on the other side of the campus.
Now,
So they like that.
Now, see, we broadcast it out
Yes.
just outside of Charlotte in a beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. And the next town over is called Monroe. And in Monroe, which is about 25, 35 as a crow flies, is they've made a coffee store, a coffee drive-through.
Scooters.
It's called Scooters.
Yes, I
and
haven't been there.
And you got excited. You're like, ooh,
did.
it's Scooters. And I'm like going,
I was thinking-
ooh, what the hell is Scooters? What?
Well, when I saw Scooters, I thought it was the place that we would go to in Minneapolis whenever I would travel up to Minneapolis for work, and it wasn't. I was mistaken because we go to Caribou up there. But but even still, drive-through coffee places, they got all the good stuff.
Now in New York, visiting your
My uncle, aunt, and uncle,
your
my
aunt and
grandma.
uncle, the milk barn's gone away. I didn't see as many milk barns. I saw a
There's
lot
like
of.
one or two places still that are over there. They're not on the main strips though. Where we went the last time, where we traveled around when we were there last time.
So what I'm saying is, coffee is taking over
It is.
the planet more and more every day. Average Westerners' eating habits has led to the loss of 4 trees
Four trees.
per person every year.
I think we need to stop drinking coffee.
So here's what happens. The average Western consumer of coffee, chocolate, beef, palm oil, and other commodities is responsible for the falling of 4 trees every year per person. Many is wildlife-rich tropical forests. Research has been calculated. Now, destruction of the forests can cause both climate crisis and plunging wildlife populations. The national ecosystem are raised for farming. The study is also the first to fully link high-resolution maps of global deforestation to the wide range of commodities imported by each country across the world.
That's wild.
All right, so here's the thing. So you think us in the United States drinking coffee. Over in the UK, chocolate consumption, and Germany, chocolate consumption is important driver for deforestation of the Ivory Coast and Guiana. While beef and soy demand the U.S. and the European Union, China results in the forest destruction in Brazil. So you see what I'm saying? So coffee drinkers in the United States, Germany, and Italy are a significant cause of deforestation in central Vietnam. And research has shown while timber demands in China, South Korea, and Japan results of tree loss in northern Vietnam as well. As wealthy populations of the country, the U.S. has a particular large deforestation footprint. Of course, we're the big guys. We're the big fat cows. We want everything on our side. Being the main importer of a wide variety of commodities from tropical countries, including fruits and nuts from Guatemala, rubber from Liberia, and timber from Cambodia. China bears the biggest responsibility for deforestation in Malaysia, resulting from imported from palm oils and other farm produce. So what they're saying is that all these countries, because we want all this stuff, each person is responsible for at least per year 4 trees.
That's
trees.
Crazy.
4 trees. So it makes you think a little bit. You know, when people say, "Oh, save the planet, save this, save that," it's you know.
That's kind of I don't want to contribute to the deforestation of at least 4 trees from my perspective.
But that's we are here on the planet. And that's why are we going to Mars? Why are we going to other planets? Why are we doing all this stuff? Because we're ruining our resources. And when I say ruining our resources, there's been movies about aliens going across the universe to attack our planet because they want whatever
our water and our resources,
exactly
right.
our planets. I heard a comedian the other day going, hey, we've sent shit up to Mars and we're looking for alien life forms and we got these big old cameras and we're looking around. What if aliens aren't the same size as us. They're like microscopic. And meanwhile, the rover's going over and going, nope, nothing here. Meanwhile, they're like crushing everyone, and everyone's like, oh, God, shit! You're killing us!
Oh, man.
All right, so speaking of killing us, Nike themselves have started a lawsuit with, what's his name? What's the guy who made the hotel? Hold on. Let me get the article so I can get it all together here. Lil Nas X. You remember him?
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
You know who Nas X is, right?
Yes, I do know
All right,
who he is.
so he's like the Old Town Road.
Yes.
So he's collaborated with streetwear company called Mischief, MSCHF, on a pentagram sporting shoe. And all 666 pairs of the shoes have been sold out since Monday. Now, the devil wears Prada, according to the rapper Lil Nas X. He also swears by custom Nike sneakers containing human blood.
Shut up.
Lil Nas X, from the Old Town Road artist, is collaborating with streetwear company Mischief, MICHF, on a pair of what they call Satan
shoes.
Satan shoes. Only 666 pairs went on sale on Monday, and the controversial kicks are apparently modified Nike, or Nike, depending on what side of the country you're from, Air Max 97s. They are decorated with the pendant, and reference to Luke 10:18, a Bible verse about Satan's fall from heaven. Or, I forget what this hit. I know the guy's name. The guy who fell. Each pair sold for how much?
Holy smokes, $1,018 a pair.
Right.
Who would pay that for those?
Let me explain what's going on here. So what's happening is, now Nike has no affiliation with the shoes themselves. What they've done is, sneakerheads or sneaker pimps is what they call them. They take this brand of shoe, like if you take my boat shoes right here,
Right.
and I fancy them up, and if I'm an Orlando Magic fan, I'll fancy them up and make them Orlando
Blue, black, and white,
and I'll put my favorite basketball player on there, Dennis Scott, and the number 3 on there, and I'll sell them as a boat shoe, Bass boat shoe, with Orlando Magic, and the shoe I bought for $20 is now $500 and something because
it's got Dennis Scott's name on there with the Orlando Magic logo.
Not only that, if I'm an artist and I design these shoes, then these shoes are going to be a little bit more kind of like
unique.
Unique. So what Lil Nas X has done is he's teamed up with the Mischief Company, and they've taken 666
the Nike Air Max, Max 97s.
And teamed up and made these shoes, and by the way, they say human blood has been dropped in the sole.
It says the sneakers also contain 1 drop of human blood in the sole drawn from members of the Mischief team. That is just creepy to me.
Well, actually, they dive into the story a little bit more, and it says no, it's fake. But here's the thing. This is not the first time that human blood has been put into something and made available for sale. Now, think back to when you were in the 70s. Oh, I'm sorry.
I wasn't even thought of yet.
You weren't even thought of yet. But you know the band Kiss?
I do.
All right, so Kiss, are you familiar with comic books?
Yeah, I am.
All right, so comic books themselves, Kiss had a comic book out, and the band members, there's a photo of them all pricking their fingers and putting it in the ink.
Yep.
Of the actual that was going in, and it was a drop. I mean, drop per million per milliliter or whatever. And that the book sold. I mean, the comic book sold not just because the blood was in there, but it was a drop of. It was Kiss in itself, but I mean, that was the thing that made everyone go, "Oh my God, this is Gene Simmons."
Gene Simmons' DNA's in here.
Now, what if you were to scrape the ink off of that and like clone someone? You get
Well, you know the amazing thing that you can do with science today. I mean, all you need is a teeny tiny microscopic little pin dot of whatever thing, and
you take the one clip of
and then they can like take that and build out and then build the rest of the DNA from there.
So
and clone people.
You've got the Kiss comic book, and you take a little piece and you go to clone it, and all of a sudden you got Peter Criss, and you're like, shit. I don't want the fucking drummer. He sucks. All right, when we come back, we'll dive into, we'll get into light and fluffy here, and then we'll let you guys get back to what you got to do. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you follow us on all your social networks, and don't forget, for every podcast that we do, we have a matching video as well. It's called the Deacon Live Video Podcast, and the way you find that is go to PROPHET, Prophet Radio. Click on the Deacon Live section. While you're there, go ahead and fill out the little form there. I'm not going to capture your email address. I'm not going to send you any spam or anything like that, and you can get yourself some free swag. And also, there's a lot of ways for you to participate in the show, and the way you do that is to click on the Be Heard section, the little blue bar at the very bottom of the page. It opens up a microphone on your tablet, your device, wherever you're listening to us from, and you want to talk about something here on the show, you want to talk about something that we've done 2 weeks ago or 30 seconds ago. Open up that and leave a little voice message. Comes right to my inbox, and I play it on the very next podcast as well. Here in the studio, we broadcast right out of Charlotte, North Carolina, beautiful little town we like to call Marshville. Population, I think we're now at sitting about 2,700 people, patrons. Over to my far right hand side, I have my beautiful wife of 7 years. This is our anniversary week. It's my wife, Amy.
Hi, everybody. How are you?
We're doing well, and I appreciate you. It's like tooth and nails. I know, sitting up here in the studio with me. She's
it's not tooth and nails. Don't make it sound like that.
Well, you've got so much going on between the horses and work and all that stuff. This is the last thing you want to do, is actually spend time in the studio.
Well, I like spending time with you, but yes, spending time behind a computer and all that, I do that 12, 13 hours every day.
I understand, and I appreciate you.
I know.
And
I enjoy it.
And all of our listeners appreciate you as well.
Thank you. No, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. It gets me out of my normal daily routine, and get to have funny conversations with you.
Funny conversations.
That's every day though.
Right.
So,
some of them are like going, ugh.
Some of them are like, really, babe? Seriously?
So, speaking of conversations, have you ever seen... All right, so electric cars are coming out now, right? So, Volkswagen has actually decided to change their name from Volkswagen, meaning the VOLK, how they spell it, to volts, meaning like electricity.
No, they're not.
They are, because they planned on, because of the whole conspiracy and stuff that's been going on, they've been planning on changing or trying to make up for the fuel economy thing. They were, so they're saying by 2035,
reusable energy is what they're looking for.
Right. So all of 2035, by 2035, they are going to be 100%. Everything that they make is going to be 100% electric.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. So with that being said, think about a weight of a car. What's the biggest heavy part of, even in like 5 years from now? I know 30 years ago or 40 years ago, when plastic started being involved into making of cars, and oh, that's a piece of Japanese plastic, is what everyone used to say when the Japanese cars came out. But now that you have all these electric cars, the weight of the cars, there's no motor anymore.
No, the weight of the car is the battery.
It's the battery, and usually it's right on the transom in between the two tires and stuff. Right. I want you to watch this video right here of this gentleman who was caught in a very, very tight spot.
Okay.
Watch this gentleman right here.
Holy smokes, okay.
A viral TikTok video has captured the moment a trike owner, now trike is a little moped with, one wheel in the front, two wheels in the back, is forced to move a parked car with his very, very bare hands as he's been boxed in. So if you watch him, he is this gentleman right here. Let me pause. Babe, I'm going to let you pronounce his name. His name is... Oh...
Do you want to start the segment over?
So the gentleman right here, I'm going to let you pronounce his name.
Okay.
Hold on. His name is right here.
Tan Zanbin.
Tan Zanbin. He's a mover for the city of...
Foshan? in southern China's Guangdong province.
Okay, so he had his little trike there, and he was in the middle of doing something, or in the middle of, God damn it. And someone parked their car, a black. That's what I have to deal with.
It's okay.
Look at all the plastic. So here he is. He's coming back from whatever he had to do. His little bike's in there. Now, for those of you who don't know, you're not allowed to park one of these little trike bicycles in front of, blow this. Well, hold on. Let me pause this. Let me switch screens so we can all be friends. And here he is. He's trying to back out, and this is in fast mode. You're not allowed to park these bikes in an actual auto place. So he's like trying to figure out how to get this little trike. And you've seen him before, in Korea or any of those Asian states. And look, he's trying to figure out, this is how wide, this way. And so he's like, you know what? I can't get out this way. I can't get out that way. And I think the guy in the black sedan who parked in front of his spot was trying to make a point. So he's like, look, I'm a furniture mover. There he goes. Look at him pushing the...
Holy freaking cow.
He's sliding it right over. But this is an electric car. So there's no
The weight of the car is in the back.
The weight of the car is in the back and in the transom. So it's in between the two front wheels.
Look at him.
And he just pushed the car right over and moved it about his day. He's
that is nuts.
So there you go on that.
That's crazy.
You know what else is crazy, babe?
I don't know. I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Imagine looking out your back door. No, hold on. We're not there yet. Imagine looking out your back door. Now, we here live on 22 some odd acres.
In the middle of nowhere.
In the middle of nowhere.
Takes 20 minutes to go to any close restaurant,
It's 30, 40 minutes in one direction.
Maybe it's more. I just, I dream.
So imagine if you're looking out the backside of our property and you see people walking across the backside of our property. What would you say?
Where the hell are you going?
Why? Yeah, why are you walking across?
Why are you walking? Where the heck are you going? There's nothing back there.
And you go up to them and and there's, let's say, 2 or 3. Would you be scared?
Would I be? No, I don't think so.
What if there was 50?
Maybe.
50 people walking across
Yeah, because then I'd be like, what the heck's going on? There's something going on. Do I need to be, what do I need to be aware about?
Right. Now, granted, we're kind of landlocked here in North Carolina. But a rancher in New Mexico told Fox and Friends on Tuesday that migrants have been getting fairly close to our house and even asking for food and water, knocking on our door and saying, can you help us as we venture into the United States? Amanda Adame noted that she gave them food and water because she didn't want to get hurt, quote unquote, she didn't want to get hurt. Now, she added that she typically calls Border Patrol and as she sees these immigrants.
Migrants on her property. Is New Mexico's not on the border?
Yeah, it's there.
New Mexico's on the border of the United... No, it's not.
Google search.
Is it?
Where's Ask Jeeves? New Mexico.
Google search, yeah. It's not on the border of Mexico.
What's that little strip right there?
Oh, it is just to the left of Texas, son bitch.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought Arizona and Texas met together, but yeah, I forgot about that little L shape there. Oh, wow. Okay.
So before, when migrants were coming across a border, they would hide when the Border Patrol would come by. Now, because of the new presidential, they're not hiding. They're not hiding. And here's a story from
the rancher in New Mexico. Okay, let me see.
Here you go.
Let's see.
As the White House grapples with how to resolve the migrant surge, Americans living along the border are sounding the alarm on this crisis. Our next guest is a rancher from New Mexico and says that the number of migrants traveling through her property has increased drastically. Our guest name is Amanda Adame, and she joins us now. Good morning to you, Amanda.
Good morning. How
Good
are you?
morning. Doing well. I know you're worried. I know you have a family, and you think about that, and you don't want anything to go wrong. What are you seeing on a regular basis now?
The presence of walkers and a lot of Border Patrol trying to catch them.
So they just walk through your property. How close do they get to your house?
Fairly close. A lot of them come into the house.
Are you seeing they come into the house?
Well, not into my house per se, but like down into the yard asking for food and water.
Wow. Do you help them? What do you do?
Yeah, we have, we don't want to get hurt, so we feed and water them and try to get them to go on, or we come in the house and call the Border Patrol.
Well, that's like doing a stray dog thing. If you feed a stray dog, it's going to come back all the time. So I'm sure if she feeds these immigrants or migrants, hey, stop at,
Stop at XYZ house.
checkpoint, whatever.
Yeah, for sure.
And there you go. But I mean, can you imagine that? And she doesn't want to get hurt.
I don't blame her.
But
I think I would do the same thing though.
But let's say you call the Border Patrol and you're Amanda and you're like going,
Right.
hey, here comes two guys. So the Border Patrol goes, all right, well, just let us know when they pass your place and we'll follow them. But when you got 10 to 20 and 50 people showing up on your door, hello, Mr. Mrs. I need food and water and stuff. What do you do? I mean, do you roll out the friggin' red carpet? Do you put out a picnic table and let them sit there and then go in the back room and call Border Patrol and go, hey, there's a...
That's a scary situation.
But that's what's happening. And
I know that's what's happening, but Jiminy Crickets, I mean, yeah, that's not good.
It's not good.
It's not good at all.
It's not good at all.
It's not safe for those people.
Any people on both sides.
Right. Yeah, I mean, shoot, if those people end up going up to the wrong person.
And you said it right there. You said
bang.
You said shoot.
Yeah.
Because here in the United States, in some states, in some counties, in some towns, if you come up on my house.
Crossover in Texas, I dare you.
That's why they're not going.
Crossover in Texas.
That's why they're crossing over in New Mexico.
That's right. I know.
I'm sure there's some kind of law in there. All right, guys, we're gonna take one more quick break, and we'll come back with a little bit light and fluffy. My wife likes the pizza story, so we got to touch on that. You're listening to Deacon Live right here on Prophet Radio. I'll be right back. Welcome back to Deacon Live. Make sure you be part of the show. You can be part of the show.
I can be part of the show, too.
Go to Prophet Radio, PROPHET Radio, and make sure you click on Be Heard. And if you want some free swag, or if you want to email me anything, send me pictures, send me photos. I have to be careful about that. You can do that at deacon@prophetradio.com. You can email me anything that you want to talk about or share with me as well. Over to my far right hand side, I have my beautiful wife of 7 years. This is our 7-year anniversary.
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here.
She's so happy to be here, and I'm happy to have her with me. Because I told you a lot of times that, she works long hours. She's up, up at the crack of dawn, and sometimes doesn't hit the sack or get into the bed
till well after you.
Yeah, till well after me, and close to the the 8, 9, 10, 12 o'clock hour sometimes. So I appreciate every moment that I have with her.
I love you too.
And another 7 to 20 years.
Oh, it better be more than 7.
Well, I mean, 20 years from now, who knows?
No, it better be like 50 years from
50. Now. Okay, so 50 years. Mark your calendars. Well,
I need to be at least 90.
At least 90. We'll make it till 90. Another company, it feels like they've been around for 90 years, is this Pizza Hut right here. Sorry, I ruined that.
Oh, no, you can say Pizza. You didn't ruin nothing.
Well, Pizza Hut feels like they've been around for 90 years. Now, because of the whole pandemic, and we haven't done Uber Eats here at the property.
Never, because I don't think Uber Eats comes out to us.
Now, for those of you who aren't aware, we live outside of Charlotte, North Carolina, beautiful little town we like to call Marshville, and we are surrounded by corn and fields and all that stuff, and we don't have anyone that delivers to us in general.
We have one place. And they make great pizza. It's Dave's Pizza.
That's Dave's Pizza.
Dave's Pizza in Marshville, North Carolina. Home of Randy Travis.
Yep, there's a free plug for both of them.
Yep. Oh, they got some great food. But they're the only place. Yeah, they're the only place that delivers.
But Uber Eats themselves, I mean, let's take Uber Eats out of the whole equation. Uber themselves
don't exist out where we are.
Yeah, I mean, that's how far off the grid we are. But so a lot of restaurants are changing their dining room experience as far as the way we are as far as human contact and the pandemic and stuff. Burger King's changing their whole thing. They're going to look like Sonic. You ever been to Sonic?
Yep.
And their drive-throughs and stuff. Pizza Hut themselves
Doubling down.
is trying to hold on to everything as far as the takeout window. Pizza Hut is now doubling down on the popular drive-thru with its new digitally focused version now opening in more than 1,500 restaurants with more to come. Now, here's the thing. Pizza Hut themselves had to go through this whole entire revamp of the whole sit-down restaurants, and there's still restaurants out there for all of you out there who don't remember that Pizza Hut was actually a pizza building that looked like a hut, like a tiki hut.
Yeah, a tiki hut, yeah.
So now the pizza chain is announced this past Tuesday a new pickup window called the Hut Lane. Now, come on.
It's awesome. I love Pizza Hut, y'all. Travis does not, or the Deacon, sorry.
It's all right. They know my name.
Does not. He's a PJ fan, Papa John's fan.
Papa John's.
Pizza Hut's probably my favorite.
But why the Hut Lane? Could you come up with something a little bit more?
I like it. It's Pizza Hut, the Hut Lane.
And
it goes with their mojo.
I hate to use the mojo or the cliche. Can you come up with a cheesier name than the Hut Lane?
No. But I like it. I love it. You know what? If our local Pizza Hut, the one that actually still looks like a Pizza Hut, like the old hut down in Monroe, I'd go there. I'd go pick up my pizza through the Hut Lane. Oh, yeah. So, the convenience and the speed without customers ever having to park their cars. I think that's what the key is there now. Nowadays, nobody wants to be close to other people. Everybody's respecting, our personal spaces and whatnot. So I love the idea.
Now, what you don't know is that the Pizza Hut was the first one to actually perfect the curbside delivery.
They were?
Yeah.
For pizza?
Yeah,
or?
when the whole pandemic first started, Pizza Hut was the first one that said...
I did not know that.
That said, you know what? We have an app. I know our stores suck. I know you don't want to...
The funny thing is, so I'm just going to plug it, do a little bit here. But when I was younger... So a good friend of mine, her name is Melissa. She and we both loved Pizza Hut. And it was that we had a Pizza Hut restaurant that was, within walking distance, maybe a 15, 20-minute walk from our houses. We lived down the street from each other. And we used to go there in the summertime, like maybe once every couple weeks, and we do their Pizza Hut buffet. You ever have the Pizza Hut buffet?
Yeah, it sucks.
No.
Yes.
It was wonderful. What are you talking about? No. We were kids. We were like, 13, 14 years old. But yeah, we used to love going there. Every couple of weeks, my mom would, give us a couple bucks. And I think it was like $5 where you could go in and like $5 a piece and have the all-you-can-eat Pizza Hut buffet. So
Pizza Hut buffet, good. Feces Pizza.
No, don't say that. It's so gross.
CC's Pizza, no good.
No, CC's Pizza's nasty, but don't call it the other name. That's just nasty. No, Pizza Hut, the pizza. Yeah, they had a good buffet. They always had a good spread and good variety.
I didn't like their dough. I didn't like that the dough was too.
Oh, their dough is the best. The Pizza Hut pan with the greasy, crusty bottom, and it was so good.
Did you know that the guy who started Papa John's was actually one of the CEOs at Pizza Hut and left. Yeah.
What was his name? Joe?
John Schneider or Schnadler or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And he promised, he's like, on this, these ingredients suck. And then he created.
I would take Pizza Hut over Papa John's any day.
And then he created Papa John's and he said, these are for the black people.
No, I would take Pizza Hut over Papa John's any day.
And speaking of taking something over something else, there is a good feel-good story about a stray dog. Now we've seen stray dogs. We have a bunch of stray cats here in on the French, and we don't think anything of them. They come in, they go out. Cats are cats, right?
Sure. Yes, they are. They're much more self-sufficient than dogs. They clean themselves. They pretty much can feed themselves. Dogs not, they take a little bit more tender love and care.
But sometimes when you see a stray dog, and my wife is a sucker for
Shemp.
for a stray dog, and a lonely stray dog. Yeah, Shemp, we had Shemp here for a while, and a lonely stray dog is turning a stuffed unicorn into a companionship.
Sorry.
Is capturing the hearts of Americans in the process. Workers at a Dollar General in Kenansville, North Carolina, just down the road from us, probably about 2 hours away, says the dog keeps sneaking into the store and heads straight to the toy aisle, where he snuggles up with the same purple stuffed unicorn every time. The animal control officer, Samantha Lane, bought the $10 unicorn when she had to unfortunately take it to the shelter because it was causing havoc in the store. So here's a story right here from Inside Edition.
This adorable dog was caught red-handed sneaking into a Dollar General store because he wanted to steal that unicorn. Not once, but 5 times he got caught. Well, now the dog and the stuffed unicorn are looking for a forever home.
Good boy. That's a good boy.
Hey there, lonely dog. This sad-eyed stray is so lonesome, he's turning to a stuffed unicorn for companionship, and in the process, capturing hearts across America. Workers at a Dollar General in Kenansville, North Carolina, say the dog keeps sneaking into the store every chance he gets and heads straight for the toy aisle, where he snuggles up to this soft purple stuffed unicorn.
I'll take him.
Poor doggy.
I love it.
He was in the store and he's like going, I wanted this. I want this. My purple thing is my friend. It doesn't harm me. It doesn't beat me. It doesn't do anything to me.
That it was just something nice to get him because he wanted it so much.
Aw, the dog loves that stuffed animal almost like it's one of his own.
He likes to sleep on it, lay on it. He loves his unicorn.
Animal Services Supervisor Joe Newbern.
I had put the unicorn up on the bed so I could clean the floor and everything that he was in. And he just sat there and stared at that unicorn, hoping that I wasn't going to take it away from him.
These sweet photos shared by the animal shelter sure did tug on heartstrings. The dog was given the name Sisu.
Oh, mighty Sisu.
Who's that dog?
After the dragon that looks like a unicorn in the new Disney movie, Raya and the Last Dragon.
Which will probably be banned here in the next couple weeks when they figure out, Disney.
A forever family has already been chosen to adopt the Labrador mix.
Good boy. That's a good boy.
Aw, look at him.
Took all of a day to find a family. Sisu will be joining that family just as soon as he gets all of his shots. And yes, the unicorn goes with.
There you go. How about that for a good feel good?
Oh, that's a great feel good. I love it.
Yeah, he's going to go home and he's got his best friend with him. Best friend. All right. On that note, I'm going to let you guys get back to what you got to do. I appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out with us, supporting all of our unsigned musical artists that you hear during the podcast. Make sure you go to profitradio.com, click on their social pages as well. On behalf of my wife, joining me on our 7-year anniversary.
Thanks for having me, honey.
Thanks for being here and putting up with me for the last hour during the podcast. You add so much to the show, and some people out there probably think that you don't exist because
maybe, I don't know, it could be a figment of your imagination.
All right, but she does exist. She's over there, and we're gonna spend eternity together. On that note, guys, thanks again for hanging out with us. I'll let you guys get back to what you got to do. My name is the Deacon, saying good night and good night.
Good night.
Wait, come back.
This is the end. The absolute end.
Écoute-moi.
Okay. Jazz fingers to the camera.
Jazz fingers.
And